I also attach the videos of her grinding and making out with other guys. I include a long explanation detailing everything that has happened since D-Day. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, definitely going to go over an entertaining story titled, Am I the A-hole for abruptly cutting my ex-fiancée out of my life? And big shout out to Nashad for sending me this story. And guys, this story is all about a guy. He is 25 years old. He's been with his now girlfriend, now fiancée actually, for 6 years. Truly makes the point that he thought he was in the most amazing relationship ever. The relationship that people envy, wonderful girl, fun, cool, loyal, all these things. Gets along great with the family. Ready to be married to her. And lo and behold, one day, he gets a text from an unlikely source, I'm not going to say what, that informs him that his girl, this amazing girl, has been regularly cheating on him. Seems like she's gotten the cold feet to getting married, and she needs to sow her wild oats at the last minute, doing all sorts of things that you guys will find all about. And this guy comes up with a creative way to terminate his relationship with her. However, doesn't quite go as expected, and then the guy has to go on to plan B. And let me tell you, plan B takes it to a whole new level. It's quite entertaining, involving pictures and videos of her doing certain activities. That'll be a very good one to go over here, guys, just to show you once again, you can never be too sure, never too certain about anybody in this world, especially nowadays, Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. You got to do your homework. You can't go around with the rose-colored goggles or glasses on because, unfortunately, when people do, and they're naive, things happen. And I might add that in the event that something awful happens, your girlfriend, wife, whatever, cheats on you and you end it with her, it's a bad idea to let her to control the narrative, the story. Because otherwise, if you don't say anything about what happens and it gets out and she controls it, everybody's going to think you're the big devil here because many times they'll either outright lie or exaggerate the truth. You know, a guy should be able to walk away and not have to explain himself. But unfortunately, if he doesn't, well, you'll see what happens. I used to have a different opinion on that, and that has changed as I've heard these stories over and over again. So, starts off, he says here, I, a 25-year-old male, met my now ex-fiancée in my first year of college. We were both 18 years old at the time and went from friends to lovers pretty quickly. We clicked so well and everything was so easy and effortless. We had a really good relationship. It's the kind of relationship that everyone wishes that they were in. The kind of relationship that people idolized and said, if those two broke up, then love doesn't exist. You get the picture. Okay, it's one of those relationships. For the purpose of this post, let's call my ex Ashley. Ashley was everything I was looking for in a woman. Funny, smart, attractive, down-to-earth, and family-oriented. She wanted to build a life together. Our families got close over the course of our relationship. It was like we were already one big family before we even getting married. Okay, sounds like this guy's living the dream when it comes to the romance department, especially with the in-laws, or soon-to-be in-laws, liking him so much. What could go wrong? As planned, I popped the question a year ago, not knowing that this would change everything. She said yes, of course, but things started to change. Slowly but surely, over the months, she became more distracted and distanced. I tried to ignore it and chalk it up to nervousness. Red flags. Can't ignore them. If her behavior and the behavior of a woman that he's known for years is suddenly changing, something's up. He says, the cold feet before taking the big marriage plunge. Well, if they call it a plunge, maybe that's not such a good thing after all, huh? I should have trusted my instincts. She always went out with her group of friends on the weekends. I've been on these outings before, usually it's clubbing and drinking. Well, if she's about to be a married woman, that shit's got to stop. And quite frankly, if she's serious enough to marry you, she should be stopping that bullshit anyway. Spending time with you should be her top priority. It's not my scene, but I trusted my girl, so I had no problem with her going out without me. These outings became much more frequent after I popped the question. I tried to ignore my gut feeling that something was wrong about this. I should have listened. I respect that he's admitting where he went wrong. And honestly, at the time he's thinking, why would he not trust her, right? If she's going out every freaking weekend without you to be with her girlfriends, to get drunk and party, no thanks. Seriously. And some people say, oh, she's going to get out of her system before she gets married. Well, usually when gals get married, they're going to continue to do that bullshit anyway. That's when the guy needs to lay down the law. Last week, I got a text from one of her girlfriends. She said she felt super guilty about what's been going on. Oh, gee, what's been going on? According to her, Ashley's been worried about getting married. She feels that she hasn't had the chance to explore other options, and the prospect of getting locked down for life made her really anxious. Translation, she is on a dick quest. On these outings, she will frequently flirt with guys, dance with them, grind on them, and make out with them to get it out of her system. Since she wasn't having sex with them, she didn't consider it cheating. It's amazing the BS stories that people tell themselves and the excuses that we hear. Something tells me this dude went out with his bros and he was dancing with other girls, grinding with other girls, making out with other girls. I think she'd have a problem with that and call that cheating. Call me crazy. It says here, according to the friend, she also gave one guy a BJ in the club bathroom. Let me guess, she doesn't think that's cheating either? She sent me pictures and videos from some of those escapades. My heart sank. I felt like I died that day. This poor guy. 6 years he's with her. Ready to marry her and gets videos. And by the way, the friend of hers sent this to him. What's it say about her? I have to wonder what's the friend's motives here. Does she honestly just feel bad? Or does she like him? I mean, you have to question these things. I thanked the friend for telling me and told her to keep it between us. For me, any form of cheating is a big no-no. I knew it was over. What makes this worse is that I have a past with cheating. She knows about my high school ex who cheated on me, and being a stupid teenager, I tried to end it all. This just makes this whole situation cut even deeper. She knows how much how much hurt she caused, and she still went ahead with it. It's because she doesn't give a shit. These guys think that, oh, my girlfriend, she knows about my past, and that I got hurt in the past, and therefore wouldn't do such a thing. They're not thinking about you. They're going with what they feel in the moment. And that is to, like I said, she's on a dick quest. I wanted to crawl into bed and cry for a month. I wanted to be weak. I felt weak. I decided I'd give myself the chance to mourn and cry over this after I protect myself. Me and my fiancée share an apartment that we both pay rent for 50-50. I decided to take 2 days off work and covertly start to move all my things to my brother's house across the city. He knows about everything and immediately offered his place to me. That is a good brother. The first day I moved non-essential items out. When Ashley got back from work, she made a comment about it, but I brushed it off by saying that I sold some stuff and took some more stuff to a storage unit to tidy and clear space in our apartment. I'd be like, yeah, I'm doing it for us, baby. Getting rid of stuff so we can have new stuff as a married couple together. Whatever bullshit you can think of. She didn't question it. I was furious on the inside about everything that I found out, but I tried to keep cool to avoid suspicion. She noticed I was a bit withdrawn, but I told her I was just tired and stressed from work. So guys, women aren't stupid. They can sense when something's off with a guy. Women are much more, they notice this stuff more than your typical guy does. And since she's a cheater, she's going to be even more aware of any differences, maybe thinking, does he know? He's acting a little different today. On the second day, while she was at work, my brother and his wife came over to help me pack up everything else, and I was fully moved out by 3 p.m. that day. Awesome. My only question is with regards to the rent. If they're splitting 50-50, is his name on the lease? Is he going to be responsible for part of the pay? That I have a question about. Since then, I've avoided every single form of communication sent by my ex. I've completely cut her off, and I refuse to talk to her or her family. I don't even want to confront her about what happened. She came home that day and saw everything was gone. She texted all my friends and family, who in turn texted me, but I only responded to my parents, who are fully behind me in my decision. Her family and friends are blowing up my phone and saying that I'm the a-hole for leaving without a word. They've even been blasting me on social media. I don't really care. She knows what she did. To me, she is dead. She doesn't exist. Because of all the backlash, my brother and his wife are now also questioning if it was right for me to completely ignore everyone. This has caused me to doubt myself a bit, so here I am I the a-hole? Now, before we go on to his update, which is even more entertaining, I'm going to address the matter. No, you're not the a-hole for packing up your shit and getting out of Dodge. And you're not the a-hole for not giving her a reason. She knows the reason. Come on here. The problem is that by you packing up and getting out of Dodge without telling anybody, including her family, who you say you have a great relationship with, this lets her control the story and gives her the ability to do a bold-faced lie about the reason for the breakup or greatly exaggerate things to make her not look as bad. You know, he should be able to walk away and have to explain himself. Really. But the problem is that it's going to just have a ripple effect on him. So in that situation, at best, he should tell her family, her parents, who he has a relationship with, about what happened, and they can spread the word. That's what I think here. You know, again, he shouldn't have to, but it is what it is. And especially if they're spreading rumors about him online. Now, let's see how this wraps up. He says here, after an overwhelming amount of people screaming at me in the comments to speak out, I decided to break my silence. I don't want to make this whole thing public. Despite what she did, some part of me still cares for her. I was with her for 6 years. You just can't throw that away overnight. Smack! Don't start that thinking, dude. That's going to get you in trouble making excuses for her. And he's right. You're with somebody 6 years. Most people cannot switch that off overnight. I get it. But you can't be with someone like this. I came to the conclusion that the right thing to do was to talk to her parents. There you go. Only her family need to know. Everyone else can have whatever opinion they want of me. I don't care. The people who truly know me and are close to me are the ones I care about. I sent a detailed message of what happened to my closest friends and family. All of them, of course, believed me right away. No pictures needed. I didn't feel like it was necessary or appropriate to spread those pictures of her, so I did not. Now that people I cared about were sorted, I moved on to her parents. Well, this is going to be awkward. I messaged her mother, who, by the way, I'd gotten so close to that I considered her a second mom, and she considered me a son. She was very upset with me, but we agreed to meet up. I felt like this needed to be an in-person conversation rather than a nuke I drop in an email with everyone that they know CC'd. I met her mom and dad at a diner that we used to frequent for breakfast. I know, so cliche. You're handling like a man by at least meeting him in person, and you're going to see it's actually good he did this. It was quite emotional. They were understandably upset. They didn't do anything wrong, and I cut them out of my life like nothing happened. I understood why they were upset, so when they were confronting me, I was very quiet, just listening, letting them get it all out. I'd admit I was tearing up with them, that is, until they accused me of some things. So hang on a second here. They meet up, and he says I was quietly, obviously respectfully, listening while they let it all out. What were they letting out? Is it he the one with the right to let it all out? But watch this. It's been a whole week since all this went down. In that week, a lot has happened. Apparently, according to her parents, my ex convinced everyone that I cheated and that she kicked me out. You see my point of what happens if you let the one that did the wrong control the story? It's unfortunate, but this is why he had to at least say something to the parents. And I haven't been answering anyone because I was so ashamed of what I did. I literally laughed out loud. I responded by saying that I'm sorry and I wish them a happy life and walked out. I was so effing upset I couldn't even imagine of being accused of this. It's bad enough that this shit happened to this good guy. And then finds out that this amazing, wonderful girl who did all these things also blamed me. Bold-faced lied to everyone, including her family, about it. Don't worry, our man has evidence, as you recall. It says, what an effing joke. I can't believe she would throw me under the bus so fast. I walked out because I'm pretty sure I would have said some things I regret to her parents. I didn't want to do this, but she left me no choice, and I activated the nuclear option. I went home, made an email titled, "For Your Reading Pleasure," and I attached every single picture that her friend sent me, including screenshots of the chat with her friend where she expressed how guilty she felt about cheating. I also attached the videos of her grinding and making out with the other guys. Please tell me there's some video somewhere of her giving that dude the BJ in the bathroom. I include a long explanation detailing everything that has happened since D-Day. I ended the email by saying that I do not wish to be contacted and that I expect my ring back at some point. You're damn right you should get your ring back, but something tells me he ain't getting that ring back. I attached her, her parents, any friend I could think of, and a coworker that I just so happen to know as well. F it. Yeah, put a coworker on there because, you know, coworkers love good work gossip. Spread the thing around. So that's where I am right now. I may be the a-hole for sending that email, but she really tested my effing limits when I found out of what she was telling other people. I have zero regrets. Currently, I'm crashing at my brother's place and on the pull-out couch. He's helped me get through this as much as one can, I guess. Who knows what kind of follow this email will create. Either way, I'm going to sit back and enjoy it with popcorn. And that is the end of his part 2 in his story for now. I'm dying to see and hear what happens next with his ex and the family and all that. And I guarantee he made this part 2. I think the story is from yesterday. And part 2 was just a few hours ago before I recorded this. So I'm sure we'll hear something tomorrow. And if I definitely see something or you see something first, look it up, send it my way. I'll definitely cover it here. But good for him. It's so unfortunate. He didn't want to do this, you know. But so the lesson here is, if this ever happens to you guys, as much as you have the right to walk away, not give anyone an explanation, it's probably best at least the family let them know the truth, because otherwise she'll beat you to it. And you've heard this, you know. But, and of course, keeping your eyes peeled, watching for red flags, and of course, the girls' weekends and all that here. Now, to wrap this up, a few comments, because they're always fun. One guy says here, this is why people on Reddit insisting you tell people immediately. Because usually when the cheater, after a long relationship involving family and common friends, they realize the future consequences. It's easy to decide to manipulate people around her so she can move on easier when no one else knows why you did what you did. Another guy says here, as a fellow cheated on by someone you were engaged to, you will get through this. You will persevere and you will be better and stronger, even though it may not seem like it right now. You deserve better and you deserve to be loved unconditionally. I wish you nothing but the best as you move forward. Know your worth and never settle for less. Amen. Another guy says here, she effed around literally and found out that when you left her. Then she effed around again by accusing you of cheating, and now she's about to find out again. Good job, OP. You did the right thing here. Be prepared for people on her side to call you an a-hole for making her cheating public. Right, that's what's going to happen next. How dare you do that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, she forced my hand here by lying to everyone about me and ruining my good name. Here's the evidence. Here's the proof. Because people are always saying, let's see the receipts. Show me the receipts. Well, there you go. Here are the receipts. Make sure you shut them down with, I said nothing when I left. I told no one except those closest to me for their support. Her friends and family took this public and told those around her that I was the one who cheated. I have to protect my reputation. The ball was entirely in her court, and this is what she's chosen. I have to admit that I'm kind of looking forward to reading what the fallout will be. Damn right. And one guy, the last one, says here, I'm sorry it came down to this, OP, but if it's any consolation, I truly don't think it would have ended any other way, even if you had defended yourself. She already had fed her parents' lies, and I sincerely doubt that would have taken your word at face value with her whispering in their ear. You would have to show proof eventually, and in my humble opinion, she deserved to have whatever reputation she had absolutely obliterated. Still, it's awful that she did this. I'm so sorry, OP. You deserve so much better. You're damn right. All I can recommend is he's 25. His whole life's ahead of him. And although he may feel like his life is over now, take it day by day. Hang out with people that care about you, that you know care about you. It's awesome that your brother is letting you stay with him. Great. Spend time with him. Work out, exercise, and take it one day at a time. And don't let that a-hole ruin your good name anymore. It'll be funny to see what her parents, their reaction is going to be. We shall see how that's going to be. So again, guys, if I don't find it first, you see the update to the story, send it my way. I'll definitely cover it here because I have a feeling this video will be a popular one. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.